Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, in the previous lecture we have discussed about that is how basically the aldehyde undergo through oxidation reaction, and now we are going to talk about that is how basically aldehydes they act like a reducing agent. So now let us discuss about that. So friends, in the previous lecture we have discussed about that is how aldehydes and ketones they undergo through oxidation reaction. But now in this topic we are talking about aldehydes and how aldehydes are acting like a reducing agent. That is our main concern. So that is the reason that is the aldehyde can be detected very easily while following a particular test, and those tests are follows, and here basically we are going to check whether how aldehydes they are acting like a reducing agent. So this is what I'm going to discuss about. So now let us talk about the first one, that is what happens if the aldehyde is treated with Fehling solution. So talking about Fehling solution, so Fehling solution are divided into two types, that is Fehling solution A and Fehling solution B. So suppose if I'm talking about Fehling solution A, that is solution A. So solution A is nothing but aqueous copper sulfate. While talking about Fehling solution B is known as Rochelle salt, or it is basically a mixture of that is sodium, potassium, tartarate in a basic medium, that is NaOH. So this combination of solution A and solution B, that is Fehling solution A and Fehling solution B, suppose if they are taken in an equal quantity and they are basically reacted with aldehyde. So let us see that is how aldehydes is acting like a reducing agent. So for that we have a reaction. So suppose if we have aldehyde, that is RCH double bond O. So this is an aldehyde, and suppose if this aldehyde it reacts with the Fehling solution, and obviously we understand that Fehling solution consists of Fehling solution A and Fehling solution B. So Fehling solution A consists of copper sulfate, so that is the reason that we are mentioning here as Cu2+. That is because of this cuprous ion we have a blue color, and that is what is Fehling solution A and Fehling solution B, they are blue in color. And talking about the other one, that is Fehling solution B, that consists of a base, that is 5 moles of OH minus, and here I have to balance it, that is 2 moles of Cu2+. So they together they make Fehling solution, and whenever this Fehling solution is reacted with an aldehyde, so therefore this aldehyde it will basically oxidize, and the product that we could get is RCOO minus, which is nothing known as carboxylate anion. And talking about this copper, so this copper has an oxidation of 2+, but after the reaction with aldehyde, this will convert into that is Cu2O, having a copper which has an oxidation state of Cu+1, and thereby we can also get the byproduct as 3 moles of H2O. So in this case basically the copper which has an oxidation state of 2+ is now being changed to an oxidation of +1. So this only occurs if the aldehyde is acting like a reducing agent. So that is the reason that because of the aldehyde only, the oxidation state of this copper has been changed from 2+ to +1. So this was related to the test, and talking about that is how we can detect whether it is an aldehyde or whether it is a ketone. So suppose if we take aldehyde and if we react it with Fehling solution which is blue in color, and now this blue color will turn into a color, that is this copper, that is Cu2O, that is what we have got. This will be a PPT, and this precipitate will be of a red color. So therefore that is how basically a red color precipitate will be appearing after the reaction, and this is how we can also detect the presence of aldehyde. So this was related to the reaction, that is the first one, that is reaction with Fehling solution. And now let us move on to the next one. So the next one is what happens if the aldehyde is treated with Tollens reagent. So this is what I'm going to talk about. So here also basically the aldehyde it will act like a reducing agent. So now let us understand what is Tollens reagent. So Tollens reagent is nothing but it is a combination of that is AgNO3, that is silver nitrate, along with that of that is ammonium hydroxide. So whenever these two things they will combine with each other, obviously they will form a complex, and that complex is nothing but that is AgNH3 twice, and here basically the oxidation state or the oxidation number of this complex is basically +1. So this is the complex that we have. So this is nothing but the Tollens reagent, and now let us understand that what happens if the aldehyde is basically treated with this Tollens reagent. So now let us understand that. So the aldehyde, which could be represented by the general formula, that is RC double bond OH. Suppose if it reacts with the Tollens reagent, and what we have got is that is AgNH3 twice, which has oxidation state of +1. But here we have to balance the reaction, and so that's the reason that we are adding, that is 2 moles of this complex, and that also in a basic medium, that is in 3 moles of OH minus. So this reaction will appear in such a way because as we understand that this is a complex, and whenever this complex it reacts with the aldehyde, so obviously a particular product will be obtained, and that particular product will be nothing but carboxylate ion, that is RCO minus, along with that is 2 moles of Ag, that is silver, along with that is 4 moles of NH3, and that is 2 moles of H2O. So this is what we have will get. So this is what we'll get. Suppose if you observe, this silver is the one which has an oxidation state of +1, but after the reaction with aldehyde, it has an oxidation state of 0. So thereby the oxidation state of the Ag has been reduced to 0, and this Ag or this silver is what we could get, and this reaction is basically known as silver mirror test. And this is how basically whenever we treat aldehyde with Tollens reagent, we could get a silver mirror, or we could get a silver layer in the solution, and that indicates the presence of aldehyde. So thereby here basically the aldehyde, it oxidizes to the carboxylate anion, but thereby it is acting like a reducing agent also. So this was the second one that we have talked about, and this is the one, or this is a test where we could find the presence of aldehyde. And this two tests, that is what we have discussed, so that is not possible if we take ketone. So that is the thing, that is the uniqueness of this aldehyde. And now let us talk about the third one. So the next is reaction of aldehyde with Schiff's reagent. So even this is a reaction where we could prove that is the aldehyde is acting like a reducing agent. But first of all, let us understand that is how that is the Schiff reagent is being made. So the Schiff reagent is being made because of, that is para rosaniline hydrochloride, which is the one which is having a red, or we could say that is magenta color. So this, that is p rosaniline hydrochloride, we are passing that is SO2 gas to it, and that is the reason that this color that it had already, it will turn into colorless solution because of the passage of that is SO2 gas. So now this is the thing that we have, that is a colorless solution we have that consists of that is rosaniline hydrochloride along with that of the SO2. So now this is nothing but it is Schiff's reagent. So whenever that is Schiff reagent, it reacts with aldehyde. So let us see what the reaction occurs. Consider that is aldehyde, that is RCH double bond O, and suppose if we are reacting with that is Schiff base. So Schiff base right now is basically colorless solution. So that is the reason, suppose if aldehyde is treated with Schiff base or Schiff reagent, if we could say in that manner. So this colorless solution that we have made it by passing SO2 solution to it. So now in a cold condition, whenever the aldehyde is treated with Schiff's reagent, the color reappears, or we could say that the color will turn into basically pink color. So this indicates the presence of aldehyde, or we could that is indicate that. So this indicates that is how we can test the aldehyde. So this was related to the reaction where we have proved that is aldehyde is acting like a reducing agent. So this three were the test where we have came to the point that is aldehydes are used as a reducing agent. So this was it, and that's it. So thank you friends for watching this video. I hope you have understood this concept very clearly, and I hope I will see you next time. Till then, don't forget to subscribe to Ekeeda channel. Thank you so much.